Hello kids, how are you? I hope you are all fine. So today I am going to teach you English literature of class 8, chapter 1, The Frog Prince. So this story is actually a fairy tale. Do you know the meaning of fairy tale? A fairy tale is a story full of fantastic stories, adventures, magical, and full of imagination. So this story, The Frog Prince, is a fairy tale. It's a magical story and a very imaginative, and this story will take you to the world of fantasy. So let me start the story. As the title itself says, The Frog Prince. This story is about one princess . So you know the meaning of princess. What happens one day, the story begins like this. This princess goes for a long walk. She has a golden ball. She has a golden ball in her hand. So that was her favorite plaything. That means she used to play with that golden ball most of the time. She loved that plaything very much. So while playing, what happened? She was in a garden. At that time, she was just tossing off the ball. That means she was just throwing off the ball and catching back. Throwing off the ball and catching back. So suddenly what happened? Suddenly, she threw the ball so high up there that when the ball came down, she could not hold that ball. Instead of her hand, that ball went into the water. Okay, that ball went into the water, or there was a pond, so it went into the water. Now, the princess, she found that the ball went deep into the water. That water, that pond was very deep. Okay, so she could not get inside to get that ball. Now her favorite plaything, that is the golden ball, was already in the water. Now she was feeling very sad. So she did not know what to do. So what she did, she was just sitting beside the pond. She was just sitting beside the pond out here and crying very bitterly. She was crying very bitterly and saying that if anybody comes and give me the ball from the pond, then I will give him or I will give her whatever I have, my golden dresses, my jewels, pearls, whatever the riches, everything, whatever he asks or whatever she asks, I am going to give it. But that golden ball should be given to me. So she was crying very bitterly. You know what happened at the time? While she was crying, a frog. She heard a croaking sound, a frog. You know the meaning of frog? Okay, frogs are normally considered very ugly creature, very nasty creature. So what happened? The frog came out of the pond and said to the princess, "Why are you crying? What do you want? What happened?" The princess said. So the princess said that my ball has gone deep into the water and I am going to give all the riches, all the jewels, all the pearls, all my golden dresses, whatever he or she asks, but that ball should be given to me. And the frog said, "I don't want any jewels, I don't want your riches, I don't want your dresses, golden dresses, but I will give you the ball in one condition. condition. And what was the condition? The condition was that the frog asked that if you allow me to take food, in your golden plate. Number one, if you allow me to take food in your golden plate. Number two, if you allow me to sleep with you. If you allow me to sleep with you, then I can give you the golden ball. I will bring the golden ball from down there. Now princess thought that, how can I give this frog, so dirty, ugly looking frog, very dirty and very ugly looking frog, how can I give the frog to eat from my plate, from my golden plate? How can I give the frog to sleep with me? He looks very, very ugly. I cannot do this. At that moment, again princess thought for a while. For some time she thought that, okay, for the time being, I will tell that I will allow the frog to eat from my golden plate, and I will also allow the frog to sleep with me. Let him bring the ball for me, and after the ball is brought, I will just run away from here. I'll just go away from here. So, thinking this, princess said that, okay, I will allow you. I will allow you to eat from my golden plate, and I will allow you to sleep with me. So, what the frog did? Frog went down, and the frog brought the golden ball. The frog brought the golden ball, and the frog gave the golden ball to whom? To the princess. Now princess was very, very happy to see that ball. She was so happy that she suddenly got up from there and she started to run back to her home. And frog started to call her, princess, wait. What about your promise? You have promised me that you will take me. The princess did not hear anything. She just ran away from there and she went home. So at night, what happened? When princess was sitting to take dinner, she was sitting along with her father, that is king, and her mother, that is queen. So they were sitting together to have their dinner. Now what happened suddenly? She heard the knock. Okay, knock. Someone was knocking at the door. Okay, so at that time, princess goes and sits at the door. She saw a small frog was down there at the doorstep. So the frog said that you had promised me to feed me in your golden plate. You had even promised me to allow me to sleep with you. But why did you run away? The princess was so much afraid. She got scared to see that frog. She had never thought that the frog will come to her. But when she saw that frog, she was very much frightened, she was very much scared, she was very much afraid, and she suddenly closed the door, okay, and she ran and then she went to the dining table. At that time, the king saw his daughter, that means the princess, getting afraid of something. She was frightened. So king asked to the princess, what is the matter? What happened to you? Why are you afraid? At that time, the princess says the story about the golden ball. Actually, I had promised a frog to feed him in the golden plate. I had even promised the frog to allow him to sleep with me, thinking that the frog will never come back. But now the frog has come and it is at the door. And what to do? I am very much scared about it. So the king says, what the king says? The king says, you have promised. You have already given your word. You have already promised. You have already promised to the frog. So that is why you have to keep your promise. You have to fulfill your promise now. You have to fulfill it. Anyhow, you have to feed the frog from your plate and allow it to sleep. So the princess says, princess did not deny. She just allowed allowed the frog to come inside, and then the frog jumped onto the dining table and ate the food from the golden plate. And at night, the frog also slept along with the princess. So they slept, and in the morning when the princess got up in the morning, next morning, okay, she saw that frog was nowhere. Okay, so she was so happy that, oh, let it be. The frog now went away now. Thank God, the frog is not with me. She was so happy. Now the day passed like that, and at night again what happens? She hears the knocking at the door, and then again the frog comes in and eats from the golden plate as well as sleep at the bed with her. So same thing happened for 3 days. Continuously it happened for 3 days. Now on the third day, okay, on the third day what happens? When princess gets up in the morning, she sees a very handsome prince standing beside her bed. Now she was so shocked to see the prince out there, very handsome prince standing there. At that time the prince says, what does the prince say? Prince says that actually I am a prince of some kingdom. I was cursed. Okay, you know the meaning of curse? I was cursed by a witch. Okay, I was cursed by a witch and I was turned into the frog. Actually, I am a prince, but I was given cursed by some witch. That's why I was changed into frog. And it was said by that witch that if any princess allow you to eat from the golden plate she eats, and if she allow you to sleep along with her for 3 days continuously, then you will turn back into the prince. So that was the curse. Okay, that was the spell given by the witch. Prince. So that was the curse, that was the spell given by that witch. Now that spell was broken, that means that frog that was in the pond was actually who? It was actually the prince. It was actually the prince of some kingdom. So he was allowed to take the food in the golden plate, and he was also allowed to sleep for 3 days, though unknowingly. So that is why the frog changed back into prince. Now the spell and the curse was gone. The prince was so happy and then said to the princess that now I am going to marry you. I will marry you because you saved my life. I will take you to my kingdom. So they went to the king and the queen. They asked for the permission, and then the prince and the princess got married and they went to their own kingdom. So this is the story about the frog prince. So the title is the Frog Prince. So this is the story. Now what do we learn from this story is that whatever happens, it happens for good. And not only that, whatever the promises we make to someone, if we make a promise to someone, that promise must be fulfilled. We have to keep our promises. We should not break the promise. So that is the story about the Frog Prince. So this story is in your book in page number 7. Please go through the book, learn line by line, sentences by sentences, try to understand the story, and whatever the hard words you find here, please underline those hard words and write it down in your notebook and try to learn the spelling. And if you understand the story, you can do this MCQ. Multiple choice question is here in page number 10. You can try this in your book up to 4, and this who said these words to whom. This also you can try. Fill in the blank. This is also here. You can try this, and question answers we will do in the class when you come back. I hope you understood the story. Thank you for watching me.